I never believed in fate, until that flight. 35,000 feet above the earth, I looked up from my book, and there she was. The hum of the engines became a heartbeat. Her smile was a sunrise piercing through clouds. We spoke softly, like we might disturb the sky if we were too loud. It wasn't planned, wasn't logical, but love rarely asks permission before it lands. She sat by the window, tracing the horizon with her eyes. I pretended to sleep, just to watch her reflection shimmer in the glass. Somewhere between turbulence and tranquility, I realized I wasn't watching clouds. I was watching my future unfold. Every mile we climbed, my heart followed. I didn't know where the flight would end, but I knew where I wanted to stay, right beside her. We spoke like we had known each other in another lifetime. Dreams, fears, favorite songs, everything came out effortlessly. The sky outside was endless, and so was the conversation. At that altitude, there were no masks, no roles, just two souls suspended in honesty. Sometimes, love doesn't begin with fireworks. Sometimes, it begins with two people sharing a blanket at 35,000 feet, trading secrets above the clouds. After hours of talking, silence arrived like an old friend. The cabin lights dimmed, and she rested her head on my shoulder. Outside, the world slept under a blanket of stars. My heart raced, not from excitement, but from peace. That rare kind of calm that feels like coming home. Up there, above everything, I realized love doesn't shout. It whispers, quietly, confidently, between breaths and heartbeats. The plane shook suddenly, and she grabbed my hand. For a moment, fear filled the air, but so did laughter. We held on, not because we had to, but because it felt right. Maybe that's what love is. Turbulence you don't want to escape. In the chaos, we found something steady. While the clouds danced violently outside, inside our little row, the world was still. At 35,000 feet, we were closer to the stars than anyone else on Earth. She told me she always dreamed of touching the sky. I told her she already had, because she'd touched me. The sky outside was silver and soft, like the beginning of forever. We didn't know what would happen after we landed, but in that moment, the sky belonged to us. The captain announced our descent. My heart sank faster than the plane. We both smiled, the kind that hides 1,000 unspoken words. Outside, the clouds thinned, and city lights blinked like promises we weren't sure we could keep. Love born in the sky rarely survives the ground, but I wasn't ready to let go. Not yet. Maybe love, like flight, is about learning how to land softly. At the gate, we lingered. People rushed around us, but we stood still. No grand gestures, no dramatic music. Just eyes that said everything. "See you again?" she asked. I nodded, though neither of us knew. Sometimes love is just a layover, beautiful, brief, unforgettable. I watched her walk away, her silhouette fading into the crowd like a contrail dissolving in sunlight. Years later, I still remember that flight. The way the clouds glowed pink at dawn. The way her laugh carried through the cabin. I've loved again since then, but never like that. Never so sudden, so pure, so suspended between heaven and earth. My first love wasn't a person I kept. It was a moment I'll never lose. A memory, forever soaring at 35,000 feet. Every time I board a plane, I still glance down the aisle, just in case. The engines roar, the clouds rise, and my heart remembers. Somewhere above the world, love once found me. Maybe it will again. Or maybe it already did. Just enough to remind me that love doesn't always land. Sometimes, it just flies, endlessly, beautifully, above the clouds.